Do you have a Wi-Fi network at home, or you are working in a small office where multiple users are using your Wi-Fi network to connect to their laptops, mobile devices, and other and tablets, for example? You know, hackers always try one possible way to always exploit the weak security settings of your network to gain unauthorized access or steal information or even launch an attack. So in this video, I'll be giving you several tips on how to secure and protect your Wi-Fi network. This video is made for personal users, that is if you are just a standard user or you are working as an IT system administrator, IT service desk engineer. This video is going to be of great help to you. So I will advise you to watch this video from the beginning to the end to be able to learn some tips and tricks on how to protect your home or work network. So the first thing you want to do is the following. So when you receive a network from your the network box from your network provider, it's going to come with a standard user's name and password. So it's going to come with a standard credentials. So what you want to do first is actually change these credentials immediately to a strong and unique combination. So what you can actually do is the following. If, for example, let's say you live in Belgium and you are using Telenet. So when Telenet provides you with a router or Scarlet provides you with a router, you want to access the router interface using the web browser, and from there you can actually change the password and the user's name so that not every users who have a specific tool should be able to access your network and gain information. And mind you, this user's name and password can be found on the internet. Secondly, you want to use a strong Wi-Fi password. So you want to set up a strong and complex password for your Wi-Fi network. So you are going to be using a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, for example, numbers and special characters to make your password very, very complex. So you want to also avoid common words or easily guessed information like dates of birth. You want to enable the Wi-Fi protected access 3 or Wi-Fi protected access 2 encryption. So you want to ensure that your router is using the WPA3 or at least the WPA2 encryption. So I will always advise to go for the WPA3, which is more protected. So avoid using outdated protocols like the WEP or the WPA, as they are vulnerable to attack. So these are outdated, and I will advise you to always use the version 3 or version 2. So you want to actually disable the Wi-Fi protected setup. So VPS can make it easier for attackers to guess your Wi-Fi password through brute force. So disabling this feature in your router settings also help you protect your system. You want to keep your router firmware up to date. So, manufacturers release firmware updates to fix security vulnerabilities. So, it is advisable to always check if there are updates. Sometimes this update happens automatically, but sometimes I will advise you probably once in 3 months or check if there are any updates available so that you can update it yourself, mostly if you are working in an office environment. So you want to hide your SSID Wi-Fi network name. So if you don't want your network to be easily discoverable, you can actually disable the SSID broadcasting. So this prevents casual users from seeing your Wi-Fi network, but won't stop a determined hacker from trying to access your network. These hackers, they always have different kind of tools they can always use to access your network. You want to enable MAC address filtering. Every device has a unique MAC address, so you can configure your router to allow only specific MAC address to connect. So this adds an extra layer of security, but require manual updates when adding new devices. So if you're not, for example, if you don't know how to browse to your router, sometimes it may actually be difficult to enable the MAC address filtering. It's only when you know how to access your router using the web browser, that's when you can actually add some specific MAC address to make sure that only this MAC address are able to connect to your network. And again, you want to reduce Wi-Fi signal range. If your Wi-Fi signal extends too far beyond your home, it might be easier for attackers to target it. So you want to adjust the router transformation power to limit the range within your home. So just like what I said before, if you are able to access the browser, then you should be able to see all these other options. For example, the range of which your network can go. Then also you want to set up a guest network. So if visitors need to access your internet, you want to create a separate guest network for them so that they should not be using your standard network. Because if you give somebody your password and that person leaves your home, of course, automatically anytime the person is close to your premises, he's going to be connected automatically. So someone can just um, um, find out about your password and then take it and then come closer to your home and then get access to your network. They want to disable remote management. Some routers allow remote access from configuration purpose. So disabling this feature, you need to disable this feature unless absolutely necessary to prevent external attack. So you want to make sure that the remote management access is blocked and no one should be able to access it remotely. First of all, the thing you want to check is to monitor connected device. Regularly, you want to check the list of connected device on your router to see if they are well protected or you observe any unknown device. You want to take action and change your password or block them. You want to use a firewall and a VPN. Many routers have their own built-in firewall. Ensure it is enabled. Consider using a virtual private network for an added layer of encryption and privacy.